Is it time to buy or sell SPDR S&P 500 ETF? In this video, we are diving deep into SPDR S&P 500 ETF. Our initial report was published on our website on Wednesday, the 17th of September, 2025. And now we're here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and get a free price prediction and deep analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 27th of May, 2025, our system has ranked the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a buy candidate, assigning it a score of 2.11. Now, let us examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. Those who heeded our analysis would have experienced an impressive gain of 11.51% since we first identified the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a buy candidate 79 days ago. This results in an average return of 0.15% per day since it was designated as a buy candidate. The exchange-traded fund is currently positioned in the upper range of a narrow and weak rising trend in the short term. This scenario often presents an excellent selling opportunity for short-term traders, as a reaction back towards the lower part of the trend can be anticipated. A break above the upper trend line at $662.47 would initially signal a stronger rate of increase. The present 3-month trend indicates a potential change of approximately 7.89% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging from 5.07% to 8.43%. Considering the longer term, our 12-month analysis suggests a projected change of 8.75%. According to our calculations, the stock's performance could fluctuate between negative 14.17% and positive 9.11% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price between $565.75 and $719.23. Our latest daily update for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF features the headline, Red Day on Wednesday for SPDR S&P 500. The price of the SPDR S&P 500 ETF decreased by 0.115% on the last trading day, which was Wednesday, the 17th of September, 2025, dropping from $659.94 to $659.18. During this trading session, the ETF experienced fluctuations of 1.13%, with a low of $654.30 and a high of $661.72. The price has increased in 6 out of the last 10 days and has risen by 2.4% over the past 2 weeks. Volume surged on the last day by 44 million shares, though this occurred alongside falling prices. This could serve as an early warning, indicating a slight increase in risk over the next few days. In total, 101 million shares were traded, amounting to approximately $66.41 billion. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest recorded price of the ETF was $661.78, while the lowest was $481.80. Currently, the price stands at 0.39%, or $2.60, below the 52-week high of $661.78, which also marks the all-time high for the ETF. The S&P 500, tracked by SPY, is trading in a mixed but supportive environment after the Federal Reserve cut interest rates today. Expectations of falling rates had already pushed the index to fresh records earlier this week. However, the immediate reaction is uneven. The Dow climbed while the S&P slipped, as investors rotate between mega-cap growth that fuels SPY and cyclicals. Falling treasury yields, a weaker dollar, and record gold prices signal a demand for safety even as growth stocks rally. In the short term, the rate cut typically lifts equity multiples and should provide support for SPY, though one should expect volatility as traders reposition around the policy shift. Over the long term, sustained lower rates would favor higher valuations for the largest constituents that dominate SPY, supporting further gains. However, persistent economic weakness or a shift into equal weight and income-focused exchange-traded funds, along with covered call strategies gaining traction, could redistribute flows and limit SPY's relative performance. Sector leadership in fund flows will determine the next leg. The following signals have been identified for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, suggesting a positive forecast for the ETF. Additionally, there is a general buy signal from the relationship between these averages, with the short-term average positioned above the long-term average. On any downward corrections, there will be support from the lines at $656.80 and $643.39. A breakdown below either of these levels will trigger sell signals. Furthermore, there is a buy signal from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. However, some negative signals have also been issued, which could influence short-term developments. A sell signal was generated from a pivot top point on Monday, September 15, 2025, and so far, it has decreased by 0.262%. Further declines are suggested until a new bottom pivot is identified. Volume increased alongside falling prices yesterday, which may serve as an early warning, indicating that the ETF should be monitored more closely. Here are some additional signals that may capture your interest. Moving Average Convergence Divergence indicates a buy signal. Pivots suggested a sell signal 3 days ago. Bollinger Bands indicated a buy signal 2 days ago. The short-term moving average signaled a buy 11 days ago. If we examine the chart over the past 12 months, we observe the short moving average provided a sell signal 20 days ago. The long-term moving average indicated a buy signal 90 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages showed a buy signal 79 days ago. For more signals, remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us. Support, risk, and stop loss for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. The SPDR S&P 500 finds support from accumulated volume at $632.08. This level may present a buying opportunity as an upward reaction can be anticipated when this support is tested. In general, this ETF tends to exhibit very controlled movements, and with good liquidity, the risk associated with it is considered very low. Over the last day, the ETF experienced a movement of $7.42 between its high and low, which is a change of 1.13%. For the past week, the ETF has shown a daily average volatility of 0.572%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. In the event of an upward trend, the first resistance level for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF is at $659.94. If you do not own any shares, you might consider waiting for this level to be surpassed before entering a position. For those already holding the ETF, this could be a strategic point for swing trading. On the downside, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF meets its first support level at $632.08. If this support level holds, it may present a favorable entry point, as a rebound could be anticipated. Our recommended stop loss is set at $641.02, reflecting a decline of 2.75%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily fluctuations, contributing to a reduced level of risk. Additionally, there is a sell signal indicated by a pivot peak observed 2 days ago. Is the SPDR S&P 500 ETF a good buy? Several short-term indicators, combined with a generally positive trend, suggest that the current price may present a buying opportunity, as there is a reasonable chance for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF to perform well in the near future. After assessing the volatility and price movements from the last trading day, our analysis indicates that the current price is overvalued. For trading on Thursday, the 18th of September, we anticipate that the SPDR S&P 500 ETF will open lower by 78 cents and begin trading at $658.40. It is important to remember that trading carries a significant risk of losing money. We strongly encourage you to consult with a financial advisor before making any decisions to buy or sell securities. Your investment choices should not be solely based on the information from StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment decisions. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? We encourage you to comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a beautiful day. With regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.